Good evening, everybody. It's a warm autumn evening here in India, and true to its name, Cyprus might be having a good Mediterranean climate at this time of the year. So, most of the people are my compatriots. I can see people who have joined us from the South India. For them, it might come as a strange news, but in this part of the country, we have started having a cold vibes of a cold season from now onwards. So it's slightly cold, autumn. That's the weather here. Others, we very well understand the extent of this country. And the country we are talking about, I presume most of you have done some research on that country. A virgin territory, relatively unexplored, good in many terms, politically inactive, but nevertheless very lucrative as a destination for tourism, for settling down, for corporates. So, with the same in mind, we have planned a seminar titled Business Opportunities in Cyprus. Here, this has been organized by 3EA and Management Consultancy of International Repute. 3EA is providing management solutions to SMEs, to medium-sized organizations, and to public sector units across five countries, which span into two continents of the world. We have our offices in Lucknow, Mumbai, Singapore, and subsidiaries elsewhere. A lot of projects in hand, a lot of work, and first-hand experience of management knowledge. We are joined in this by Gurikon, our representatives from Cyprus, who provide similar solutions there, especially investment related in Cyprus. So people from Cyprus, they're just getting back from lunchtime. And meanwhile, we start, and I request Dr. Vibhor Mishra, CEO, who's the seasoned management professional. He has got best of both the worlds, academy and corporate. And now, according to him, we are into consultancy business, which hangs in between corporate and academia, a best of both the worlds. So to speak from his experience and talk about international organizations, lucrative opportunities there, and so on and so forth. So I believe that many of you are introducing yourself. Welcome, Mr. Mohammad Arif from Malaysia Export. Others also are encouraged to give your introduction. And I pass on the baton to Dr. Vibhor Mishra to deliver his address. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Athar. And I warmly welcome to all my participants in this webinar. I am very excited to see there are a lot of people from India who are interested to go ahead for their growth to Cyprus. In the meanwhile, when our Cyprus team is joining to impart information about the legal compliances, about the taxation, about what government is planning there for Indians, and how you as an entrepreneur from India can go to Cyprus. They will share everything with you. Before all that, I would like to understand if you have certain expectations. So if any of you have some expectations from this webinar, which are specific expectations, I request you to please write down that in the chat box so that we are very clear, and accordingly we'll be planning to make sure that your all concerns are addressed. All right, so this is 3EA, which is an Indian management consulting organization helping startups and individuals to grow. And we keep conducting such kind of training programs with the help of which entrepreneurs of India, they become aware of the opportunities overseas. So this webinar is with a specific agenda for the gateway and opportunities in Cyprus. 3EA and the company Gurikon, which is there in Cyprus, we have a tie-up, and we are preparing path for Indian entrepreneurs to go to Cyprus. And if they are from FMCG background, or if they are from hotel or tourism business, or any of the service sector business, opportunity they want to explore. For everyone, Cyprus has got many opportunities. So in this webinar, we will be having mayor also of the main city of Cyprus, who is going to talk about the government things and government compliances, And in fact, he would guide Indian entrepreneurs that if they are looking for investment there, how should they go ahead? Broadly, let me tell you that Cyprus is the gateway of Europe, that is known as free economy, and their free market taxation is quite easy and very candid. It's not very complex. People from Asia usually prefer to go to Cyprus because that is a kind of perceived tax heaven for many industries, especially for hotels, restaurants, and cafe. Horeca industry has got many opportunities over there. And besides Horeca, recently they have been motivating people to come and invest in education sector. So academic business, education institutions are also doing pretty good over there. This is a beautiful place. So they have got very good sceneries and very good natural resources. So accordingly, they are motivating Indian bloggers and film industry people also to come and invest in Cyprus. So all such positive things are happening. The way in India, things are happening very positive, and Indian government is trying to bridge the gap between global entrepreneurs and Indian entrepreneurs in the same way. 3EA, we people are also trying to bridge the gap and trying to contribute for economy and growth of individuals and to national level. So IT sector, real estate, construction business, tourism business, educational institutions, hotels, restaurants, cafes. These are the main industries which have got very clear lucrative advantages even in first go. So when you go to any of such kind of market, the main thing is that when you are planning for international business, there are some basic concepts to be understood. Approach of entrepreneur should be within the wireframe, within the frame of EPRG. There is a concept called EPRG framework, within which E stands for ethnocentrism, P stands for polycentrism, R stands for regiocentrism, and G stands for geocentrism. So you as an entrepreneur have to understand that what is going to be your basic business or marketing approach to Cyprus. Cyprus is a country which has got a lot of diversity, and that is the part of Europe, not Cyprus. And we recommend you to go for polycentric approach, which means that when you are going for establishment of your business there, you are going for execution of your business plan, you have to be highly customized. Unless you go for a detailed feasibility study about your business, that how successful your business can be in Cyprus, that would be a bit risky because uh, income level of Cyprus people is very good. They are ready for welcoming global products and services. They are open for education. They spend money, but you being an Indian entrepreneur have to really understand that which are going to be their priorities when they buy some service or goods, or what kind of consumer buying behavior, buying pattern they have. So if that is not clear to you, then it's going to be very difficult to prepare a proper detailed business plan. A business plan specifically prepared for Cyprus is quite required because demography and consumer buying patterns are very much different. So when we talk about marketing perspective of international business, when especially you are preparing for Cyprus, you have to be very clear that income level is good. They are majority of them are young people. This is not an old country. Young people who are open for gadgets, for different kind of innovative IT products, for different kind of innovative IT enabled services, as well as for different kind of innovative tourism sector units. So opportunities are immense there. But the major point is that, you know, the person who will win the battle is to be very much prepared. We always say in marketing that it's always better to be first than to be better. So if you are first in Cyprus with your own category of services or products, which you are master in India or anywhere, wherever you are doing business, if you reach to Cyprus and you create your own category, that is obviously going to create your brand, which will be helping in a very big way to cater entire Cyprus. And once Cyprus is won by you, if in first financial year you perform good business in Cyprus, then further you may plan for next step to enter into Europe, because Cyprus is a kind of gateway, and a lot of things becomes very easy when you go to Cyprus for further way ahead. If directly you are planning to launch a business in Germany, France, UK, that may not be very feasible for you, because that would be a big difference, and you have to plan accordingly. We, as a management consulting company, will advise you to go step by step and first enter into Cyprus, understand. From there, you can disseminate your product services, and you can understand consumer behavior needs, and then accordingly you can plan further ahead for your brand purpose, for your sales and distribution, and entire supply chain management accordingly. So I can see there are some queries. I request Drishti, can you help me to understand the questions? Drishti, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, would you please read the queries so that I can answer these queries in the meanwhile?
Sure,
After
sir.
this team joins? Yeah.
Sure, sir. As of now, we only have one question. That is from Mr. Abhishek Pathak. He wants to know about the opportunities for new exporters from India.
All right. Thank you, Abhishek. A very valid question. Opportunities for exporters from India are very bright, and we are going to have government official also there, and he will be able to answer this question better, because they are in planning phase. We are helping Cyprus government also for their policy advocacy. So it depends on which kind of product product category you are in. For example, let's say if you are in food products or FMCG, then scope is very bright. If you are in IT or gadget based products, then things are different. So Cyprus is a very fun-loving country where people go, they have their property from Europe, from Asia, from Middle East. They go there, they have their property, and they don't stay for very long. The residents of Cyprus are just 8 lakhs 42,000 exactly at present, which is not a very humongous lot. So whatever you can sell them, Cyprus government is welcoming you. They are ready to embrace, and they are open for many types of even negotiations also. They say that if you are planning to set up your factory over there, they'll be providing great subsidies. And besides it, if you are looking for exporting over there, it has got their own scope. And yes, we can help you right from setting up your company to hire people there, and to export, and to prepare entire supply chain management also, in order to export your product from India to Cyprus. I would now, yeah, Drishti, if there are a couple of more questions, would you please help me?
Yes,
So
sir.
I think the questions are related to guests who will join us from Cyprus. They are in a better position to field those questions. Yeah. And some of them have joined in. So
Okay.
if
So
you
Dr.
permit,
Athar, over to you. I was just introducing and filling the gap. There's a
okay.
question by Mr. Ved Prakash Sharma. Healthcare business, Ved is very good over there. And this is a growing segment, is growing by leaps and bounds. People are very conscious. And best thing is that there you do not have to educate them about basics of their health. They are conscious people. So need is already developed. If you go there and you talk about some herbal product, and if you talk about some very interesting health related service, which is uh, uh, good, or which is very good for their health purpose and creating awareness, it has got great scope there. And once you have a tie up with tourism industry also there, it makes more sense. So yes, all these questions and concerns can be answered better by Team Cyprus. I think they have joined. Dr. Athar, you please confirm and take over from here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So once again, we start with the team from Cyprus here. I welcome Mr. Tessos Mikhail, Mr. Loizu, and Ms. Kalia Sauri, who shall be joining us shortly. We will also be joined to represent the political side by the Honorable Mayor of Larnaca city, which happens to be one of the second largest city in the country of Cyprus. Before I turn it over to Mr. Mikhail to take over the virtual dais, let me summarize certain questions that have come, which might interest Team Cyprus here. We have a gentleman who asks explicitly to explain opportunities for new exporters from India. The question is detoured by another gentleman who has his own company in UAE, Malaysia, Tanzania, and is interested in setting up business in Cyprus. There's another gentleman who is into export plumbing and roofing hardware to Middle East and Europe, and probably he's also interested in expanding into Cyprus. So you see, and we have a question on spices business in Cyprus as compared to India. As compared to India, I wonder, but about business, I think we can take this up. So I would like to formally invite Mr. Tessos Mikhail, who happens to be the director Guricon Limited, based in Larnaca. Sir, the forum is all yours, and you may actually like to address the questions that have been asked. Sir, over to you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to these events. Thank you all the participants for joining and showing an interest in Cyprus and business with Cyprus. I would like to thank first our cooperators from 3EA, Dr. Vibor Mishra, Dr. Arthur Mahmoud, and the rest of the team for addressing and arranging this event. And we are pleased to welcome everybody, and we are here to assist and answer all the questions necessary for developing business between Cyprus and India, and also other countries, as I heard before about Tanzania and Malaysia and everything. Okay, my name is Tassos Mikhail. I'm director in Juricon Limited. I'm director in Juricon Limited, and I am experienced in the field of corporate administration for more than 25 years. I have been 18 years in PwC. I'm a chartered certified accountant of UK. I would like to share my screen with you with the presentation for Cyprus. Give me a minute.
Dr. Athar, please fill the gap. I guess there is some setting problem at.
Mr. Mikhail.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you able to share your screen?
I'm trying to. Let me try again now.
Okay, please.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we have people from different sectors.
Now you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Why Cyprus? Cyprus is an island located in the Eastern Mediterranean with long history in the middle of the three continents, Africa, Asia, and Europe. It's an EU member state since 2004 and is the closest gateway to Europe with regards to India. I mean, within Cyprus, you can have services for the whole European Union. Cyprus has a relatively low cost of living, has high infrastructure, and the standard and the quality of life in Cyprus is very good. We have a pleasant climate with sunshine over the year of almost 360 days per year. We have well-educated people in Cyprus, most professionals, academic qualifications, mostly from UK universities, Greek universities, Cypriot universities. We have a reliable legal system, which is based on the English legislation. As you may know, Cyprus has been a colony of UK, same as India. Cyprus joined the independence in 1960. So we have a simple and inviting tax system with a corporate tax rate of 12.5%. More details about taxation in Cyprus, my colleague, Mr. Stelios Loizou, will give you a brief later in the session. We have a good business infrastructure in regards to services, providing financial services, administration, secretariat from Cyprus. This has been initiated back in the 70s, when at that time we had the offshore companies, but then when we entered the European Union, all the companies in Cyprus have the same, follow the same legislation, same tax rates, so they are not called offshore companies anymore. But we clients and investors continue using Cyprus in their schemes. We have a stable economy, which is ideal for headquarters because of the good services in Cyprus, telecommunications, electricity. We have clients and investors interested in oil and gas industries, in the tourist industry, in real estate, and we assist clients in this direction for setting up their business and using Cyprus in their structures. Most people in Cyprus speak English. You can go to a village in the countryside, and you can find many people there still speaking English. So it's a very welcoming country. We are hospitable. Over the time in Cyprus has been very hospitable and very good to visitors. Okay, that's all in a brief for Cyprus. Let me go to who we are. We are a firm as Unicorn of mainly accountants, but also licensed to provide corporate administration services. We assist in the formation of local companies in Cyprus, as well as companies in other jurisdictions, like BVI, let's say, whatever jurisdictions we have links and associates to arrange that. We provide legal services, we provide accounting services, bookkeeping. We assist our clients in opening bank accounts and assist them in their banking operations with banks in Cyprus and also with banks in anywhere in the world. Our in-house company for audit, which is an independent company, is GAC Auditors Limited, who provides internal audit, external audit. We also provide directorships. We can be non-executive directors. We provide office rental and solutions for companies that want to establish their business in Cyprus and have offices and employees, etc. We offer tax services, international tax structure, tax compliance, tax advice, and VAT compliance. And as I told you before, my colleague Stelios Loizou will give you more details on this later in the session. mergers and acquisitions, can be handled liquidations as well. We provide payroll services, registration with the social insurance and all the requirements for Cyprus, family office services. We assist our clients with relocation in Cyprus, either individually or with their companies, with immigration services, work permits, obtaining permanent residencies or tax residencies, registration of the employees. More details on this, my colleague, Mrs. Gallia Tsuri, will give you later in the session. Also, another tool on using Cyprus, and it's good to be considered, is Cyprus International Trust. This is a very flexible tool based on the English legislation and gives solutions for asset protection, for inheritance, for succession, because with the trust and appointment of the trustees, which we provide and we have license to provide, all these are handled, and we can discuss with more details on that. That's all for me for now. Thank you for joining. And of course, if you have any questions, I will be pleased to answer.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mikhail. Just a suggestion from Indians. Your image is appearing inverted to us. You may like to check it out.
Yes.
There's a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions from my fellow countrymen who are interested in business. The questions I'll put into three large categories. First is about business as a whole. Second is about export. And third is about employee relations. So maybe we can take this up at the end after we have finished with the remaining two participants and the Honorable Mayor. So let's move ahead. I would like to ask Mr. Stelios Loizou, Tax Manager, GSC Auditors Limited, to brief us on the taxation system in Cyprus so that people who are actually interested, who have a basic idea of the framework of how business works, as is evident from the speech of Mr. Mikhail, can go ahead and have a clearer picture. So over to you, Mr. Loizou. Mr. Loizou, can you hear me? Mr. Loizou, can you hear me? Mr. Stelios Loizou? Yeah, please start.
Excuse me, now you can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening from my side. My name is Stelios Loizou. I'm currently the tax manager here with GSC Auditors. I have almost 20 years experience in the tax industry here in Cyprus, both in Big Four and before I was in Big Four. Now I'm GSC for the last 5 years. Now, taxation in Cyprus. What Cyprus tax? I will start from personal taxation first. For those who are living in Cyprus, all Cyprus tax residents are taxed on all income accrued or derived from their worldwide sources. Those who are not tax residents in Cyprus, they are taxed only on income that is derived from Cyprus. The tax residency is confirmed by in order for an individual to be tax resident in Cyprus. He or she has to be in Cyprus for a period of more than 183 days in a tax year. In Cyprus, the tax year is the same like the calendar year. Also, individuals who are in Cyprus at least 60 days in Cyprus can claim tax residency in Cyprus under certain criteria. The tax in Cyprus will follow for personal taxation the cumulative tax rates. The first 19,500 they are tax free. There is zero tax rate. Up to 19,500 to 28,000 is 20%, 28,000 to 36,300 is 25, 36,300 to 60,000 is 30%, and over 60,000 is 35%. Somebody who has taxable income of 60,000, then the tax is the income, the personal tax is 10,885. There are certain exceptions from taxation, and these are that individuals who are resident in Cyprus are considered tax residents in Cyprus. Then dividend income and interest income is not taxable if they are considered tax resident with non-domicile status. For personal taxation, there is no capital gains on the disposal of securities such as shares and bonds. And any profits of a permanent establishment in Cyprus is not taxable. For employment, there is a 20% first employment exception for remuneration or exercise in Cyprus for salaries up to 55,000, and this is for individuals who are for expatriates moving to Cyprus. The same, there is a 50% first employment exception. This one is for 17 years, and is for salaries more than 55,000. And of course, if there is remuneration to employees for salaries for services that were performed outside Cyprus for a period in a calendar year more than 90 days, then the respective remuneration is not taxable in Cyprus. As I said before, there is no capital gains tax on profits arising from the sale of securities like shares and bonds. There is no gift tax, no estate duty, no wealth tax, and no inheritance tax in Cyprus. We have social insurance contributions for employees and employers on the remuneration, and the value-added tax is at the rate of 19%. Of course, there are some reduced rates. There is a reduced rate of 5%, which applies on certain goods and services. Now, for corporate income tax, the corporate income tax in Cyprus is 12.5% and is flat, and is for companies which are tax resident in Cyprus. Companies which are not tax resident in Cyprus, but they have the profits arising from Cyprus, then they are subject to taxation in Cyprus. As a general rule, all expenses incurred wholly and exclusively for the production of income are deductible in calculating the taxable income of a company. Additionally, this may include interest expense, which is incurred for the acquisition of an asset used in the business. We also have the notional interest deduction. This can go up to 80% of the taxable income, and this may reduce the flattened tax rate up to 2.5%. The same, we have the IP regime, intellectual property regime, which again, there is up to 80% of deduction on the taxable income, which again reduces the tax rate up to 2.5%. Losses, all companies may carry forward their year's tax losses for a period of 5 years. Group relief, current year tax losses may be surrendered by one Cyprus tax resident company to another. some other tax issues. In Cyprus, we have Cyprus has a wide network of tax treaties with other countries. With India, we have currently active one tax treaty. We can our tax system allows also for unilateral tax credit relief. This is in cases where there is no tax treaty and any tax was paid to that country can be claimed against Cyprus taxation. There is no withholding tax on dividends and royalties paid from Cyprus to other countries, but there is tax. There is withholding tax if these dividends and royalties are paid to to EU blacklist countries. There is no, as I said before, there is no capital against tax when arising from the profit of from the sale of securities, and the VAT tax is at the rate of 19%, which may be reduced up to 5% for certain goods and services. For Cyprus, there is a new incentive scheme, let's say, for foreign production companies that want to come to Cyprus and may want to produce films, which some of the incentives are, there is a cash rebate up to 40% or a tax credit up to 50%, plus some other tax discounts on the initial investment up to 20%. Thank you. I know that taxation, tax law cannot be determined only in 5 minutes. I try to be as short as possible. Thank you very much.
No, thank you so much, Mr. Lozio. There is already a question that I can see is aimed at you. We'll come back to that once we are through with all the speakers. Next in line, we have Miss Kalia Sauri. She is the director, Calliope Sauri LLC. She'll be talking about something that is of interest to most people looking for migration, that is opening work permit and relocation to Cyprus. What are the issues? What are the hurdles? So she is an expert in immigration and has helped many people, as far as my limited knowledge goes, help set up base in Cyprus. So over to Ms. Sauri. You may take over the virtual rise, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Kalia Sauri. I am a lawyer specialized at migration services, and I would like to inform you about the procedures for relocation to Cyprus. The first option we are going to see today is the work permit by which a third country national can obtain with the registration of a company of foreign interest. And this means that the company to be registered in Cyprus must have the majority of the shares owned by a third country national, either direct or indirect. Another requirement for this permit is that there must be an investment to the company from abroad for at least 200,000 euros. And that investment must be proved that is coming from abroad, as I said earlier. When these criteria are met, we apply for the business to the business facilitation unit, and after their approval, the company will have the right to start bringing employees. The minimum salary of the employees is 2,500 euros. And they must provide evidence for their educational experience and for their residential address in Cyprus. Cyprus also allows to the employees to bring their families to Cyprus under the family reunification program. And here in Juricon, we can assist you with the formation of the new company, with the application, the collection of all supporting documents, the certified translation, the medical examinations, the school registration for the kids, the insurance policies, and we provide also an ongoing support after the granting of the permit, such as the registration in our national heritage system, a driving license, renewal of the permit, and any other support you may need. The other option of permit we are going to see today is the permanent residence permit. And for this permit, the applicant must prove an investment in the Republic of Cyprus for at least 300,000 euros. The investment can be in one of the following sectors. The first one is in a residential house or apartment, which is the more simple and straightforward option. The second option is for the investment to be in any real estate property other than the residential property, such as offices, shops, etc. The third option for the investment is through the capital share of a Cyprus company with an established business activity and personnel. And the fourth option is an investment in units of Cyprus investment organization, such as AIF or RAIF. The permanent residence in Cyprus does not allow working in Cyprus, and for that reason, the applicant must prove that he has sufficient funds to cover the cost of living and the expenses for him and his family, which amounts to 50,000 for him, 15,000 for his spouse, and 10,000 for each dependent child. Again, in Juricon, for this permit, we will be assisting you in every step of the procedure, which with the contract of sales for the investment, the collection of all supporting documents, the explanation of the criteria, the application procedure, and we will be handling with all the liaison with the migration department, as well as any other service that may be necessary. That's all from me for now. If you have any further question, I will be glad to answer them.
Okay. Thank you so much. Before we move ahead and I hand over the virtual voice back to Dr. Vibhu Mishra, I would like to draw your attention, dear panel members from Cyprus, to the various questions that have been put up. Questions are continuously dropping us. There are a lot of interested audience. We can continue with this, but I see that the Honorable Mayor has joined us. The Honorable Mayor has joined us. So, you see, we have tried to put this seminar in the correct perspective. Most of us, being management professionals or practicing management people or academicians, know very well the pastoral approach. We have tried to put in the economic angle, the social angle, the environment angle, and now we come to the political side of it. And therefore, we have a reputed personality, the Mayor of Larnaca, Mr. Andreas Vairas, who has agreed to grace the occasion with his benign presence. I hand over the virtual voice to Mr. Vairas to address the audience. Sir, over to you, please. Mr. Vairas, over to you, please.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, we are all okay.
So I can start. I have the floor.
Yes,
So
yes.
here we have about 45 entrepreneurs from India looking forward to learn from you that if they are planning for their business, their investment in Cyprus, how government of Cyprus can support them, can handhold them, and can motivate them. Over to you, sir.
Yes, first of all, I would like to say a big hello from Cyprus, from Larnaca. It's always a great pleasure to be with friends from India. You know very well that the people from Cyprus and people from India for many years have very close relationships. Through years, both people from both countries are very close. I was very happy that before 1 year, we host in Larnaca the minister of exterior of India in our city, and always it's very something very happy for us to be with you. So I would like to say a few words about Larnaca. Larnaca is the third largest city in Cyprus. Is a city that we have the biggest beachfront. We have a population around 85,000 people. We have the international airport. We have a port. We have the largest marina. And we are in the middle of almost all the big cities of Cyprus. We are half an hour from Nicosia, 45 minutes from Limassol, half an hour from Augusta. So if you are in Larnaca, you are almost everywhere in Cyprus. As you can see, it's a city that is very famous. That it's a very friendly city. We don't have criminality. You can walk everywhere. It's very friendly and very quality life. Not only for tourists, but also for a city that is very friendly to live in. Some pictures of our city, our main beaches and our main roads next to the sea, and all the things that you can enjoy if you visit Larnaca. Another main characteristic of Larnaca is that we have the salt lake. It's a very unique place. It's under the European Network of Nature 2000. It's something that make Larnaca much more beautiful than it is already. We have every year a lot of flamingos visit Larnaca, and a lot of people are traveling to Larnaca from all over the world just to see this very beautiful place. These are some pictures from our main pictures. The three most popular pictures is Finigudes, Castella, and Magezi. They are all with a blue flag sign. It means that the waters are very clean, they are organized, and they are more than suitable for tourists and also for Cypriots. It's something that is very unique, and people are coming to our beaches from all over the world. Another main characteristic of Larnaca is that people is living in the same place for more than 4,000 years. Only 20 cities in all over the world have this advantage. Only 20 cities in the world, people is living in the same place for so many years. So if you work in Larnaca, you work through monuments, through museums, through UNESCO monuments. So it's like working in a museum, in a living museum, and it's something that we are very pleased that Larnaca has such a long history and such great culture. Another main target that we have as a city is that we want to become the European capital of culture for 2030. We are in the procedure as a city, and this will help a lot our city, because a lot of people will come from all over Europe to see our activities. It's something very important for the city. A lot of new projects will come, and we are pleased to see that maybe we have the most chances from all of the other cities in Cyprus that we will become the European capital of culture for 2030. Now we are going to talk about some main projects that we have now, and some main infrastructure projects that we have in Larnaca. We have the biggest private investment in Cyprus nowadays. It's the development of the port and marina of Larnaca. We are talking a project of around 1.2 billion. We are talking a project that will increase the GDP not only of Larnaca for 120 millions, more than 4,000 jobs will come with these projects. We are talking a project that is in the middle of the city, is the old port and marina of Larnaca, and with this new investment, almost all the Larnaca will change. The project will start in May and June. Already we have the application for the license. It's the first phase of the projects. The main shareholder of the investors is a German fund. It's called Around Town, a very well-known real estate fund. And we are sure that this project will change not only Larnaca, but the whole of Cyprus, and is already a very strong signal to investors from all over the world that something good is happening in Larnaca. And because this fund choose Larnaca to come to invest so much money, it means that something is we are doing very well in Larnaca. Some pictures of the projects, and we are sure that if you decide to come in Larnaca after May, you will see a lot of infrastructure works happen in the port and marina of Larnaca. Another main thing that happens in our city is that for many years, all the oil and gas facilities of the island were in a part of our beachfront. Through 1960, all the main gas and oil facilities of the island, the private companies, the public companies were in our beachfront. Last May, we have managed to remove all these facilities. We have managed to remove it into other areas of Cyprus. And now in Larnaca, we have a beach front of 3 kilometers next to the city, 5 minutes from the airport. That's how it was before, and that's how it is now. And now it's even much more clean, the whole area. And we have a beach front of around 3 kilometers that is available for investments. It's something that it means that only few places in Mediterranean have this opportunity now, because we are talking in a beach that is, again, with blue flag. The waters are crystal clear. One of the best beaches in the island is 5 minutes from the city center, 10 minutes from the airport, half an hour from Nicosia, a huge place that now is available for investment. Now we are waiting that a lot of new projects, a lot of new hotels, a lot of mixed use housing purpose office will happen in this area. And this will booming Larnaca. Already, a lot of people are talking that the fact that we have managed to remove all these facilities and now have available for investment all this new area is something very important for Larnaca. Some other good things for Larnaca is that we have the Cyprus Marine and Maritime Institute. It's an organization that is funded from the European Union, around 30 million. And because of this, we are in the middle of the strategy of the island for blue economy. All the things that connected with the blue economy, about maritime, about all the things that can happen in the sea is happening in Larnaca, and the European Union give us that money because they believe that the sea is the future. So any that is connected with the sea, connected with the sea and the economy, the base is in Larnaca. This is the office of CMMI, and also some other good things in Larnaca that in the next 10 years, we have finished and we will finish projects around 100 million. A lot of new projects now, they are under construction, or they will have finished it, and the money is funded from the European Union. You can see a lot of pictures of the project that we already have finished, the multi-space of creative and cultures, new social activity centers. We have changed almost the whole city center with the new projects, with new parks, with new places that the tourists or the investors can have and enjoy the place. The face of Larnaca have changed the last years with new place for pedestrians, and someone that came in Larnaca before 20 years and come now will not realize that he is in the same place. Here is the new square that we have, a new municipal market, and a lot of things that have changed Larnaca through the years, and a lot of things that the tourists can enjoy, and the investors can see that a lot of investments, not only from the private sector, but also from the public sector. You can see it in Larnaca happens in recent years. New parks and a lot of things that people can enjoy. Now I want to say a few things about the private sector investments. That Larnaca now is the city with the highest percentage of increase for town planning and building license. Now we have the biggest number of applications for real estate development, and you can read it in every newspaper or every real estate article in Cyprus that Larnaca now is considering the promising city and the next big thing in Larnaca. Because of these changes that we have mentioned, a lot of people now choose Larnaca for investing and choose Larnaca for living because, for example, half an hour you are in Nicosia, but you are next to the sea, you are next to the beach, you are in a city with no traffic, with no criminality, and very easy to go abroad through the international airport. Also, we have a lot of new hotels, 35 new hotels now are building in Larnaca or already have finished. We have very well-known brands now that they decide to invest in Larnaca. We have Radisson Blu, we have Mercure, we have Intercontinental, and a lot of new hotels, Best Western, and they decide that Larnaca is the place that they have to make their investments. For example, through 2016, in Larnaca, we had around 200,000 tourists every year. Now we are in 500,000, and every year we are increasing the numbers more than 50,000 because new hotels are coming, and a lot of new people decide that Larnaca is the suitable place for investments. That are some pictures from the private investments that already are now under construction in Larnaca. This is a new Radisson Beach Hotel that is already finished and is working as a new hotel. This is the Radisson Blu, already has finished and is working. And these are projects that they are under construction and will change the face of Larnaca. Another good thing for Larnaca is that in the area of, we have mentioned before, in the area of the oil and gas facilities that we have managed to remove. Now the Fosters, as you know, Fosters is one of the best architecture office in the world, are doing the new master plan of the area that is called the Larnaca Land of Tomorrow. So already we have one of the biggest architecture office that they are working in Larnaca. We are in almost everyday communication with them to design the new phase of the city, especially in the area that we have managed to remove the oil and gas facilities. And it's something that in 1 year from now, it will be finished, the new master plan, that a lot of new trees, a lot of public space, new parks, but also a huge place that with all the public infrastructure that we will do in the area, will increase the number of the people that they want to come in Cyprus and in Larnaca to invest. This is the name of the project, Larnaca Land of Tomorrow, from Fosters and Partners. And this is some pictures how the place will be in the next years. This are some information from me about Larnaca. And really, I will be very happy to host you in the city to see from with your own eyes the things that are happening in Larnaca, our plans, and how we have the strategy to increase the investments or to feel everyone that Larnaca is a suitable place for living, a suitable place for investment, but also Larnaca is the place for many years, people from all over the world, people from different continents, from different religions, can live together peacefully in Larnaca to be their second home, or the Larnaca the place to invest or to live. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that virtual tour of Larnaca. We have a fair idea of what we are talking about. Now, we have some questions, and I think, so yeah, 3 of them, as I see in the chat box, are directed towards the Honorable Mayor, 2 of which you have already answered in your presentation. Namely, can Indians also develop Cyprus properties in Cyprus? I see that in slide number 37 onwards, you have talked about private properties and all that. There was also a question of can Indian companies invest in the port? You have taken up. Now, there's one question that I find very interesting. And after you are through, I'd also like to briefly discuss this. Earlier, before you joined in, there was a question from somebody who said whether you are right or left or center in your ideology. I mean, is it employee-centric, or neither or either in approach? I mean, if they come to Cyprus, can they look forward to a lot of labor issues or support to the employers or what? That is indirectly the question. So I think you are the right person to answer that, sir.
Okay. In Cyprus, we are a member of the European Union. So a lot of laws, a lot of the legal structure of the island is according to the European law. So we are talking about a law that is very friendly for investments, it's very organized. The structure between employment and employees, it's like all over Europe. So there is not a different law in Cyprus than a different law in any other European country. So what we want to do is just to have peace between employment and employees. It's something that is not a problem. It's something that is very friendly for investments, the law that we have in Cyprus. And there is nothing to worry because, as I have mentioned, as a member of the European Union, everything is very well organized. Everything by law is not something that someone can change in one day, or something that you have risk to come investment in Larnaca. Because the basic law system is according to a European system, is according to the system of Germany or France and all other European countries. So you don't have nothing to worry. But also, as you can see in Cyprus, there is a very good, even you have different political positions or different ideology, but in the field of investments, in the field of how things are working, there are no serious problems, and it's a very friendly environment for investors.
Okay. I think encouraged by that reply, there are 2 more questions. One is based on simple GK. Does the Republic of Cyprus also include the Turkish Cypriot? My impression is yes. You pointed out in your speech that people live this peaceful coexistence, and the Dr. Vibhor Mishra also pointed out that there is a northern part and the southern part. Still, I leave it to you to answer. And the second is the political structure of the Republic of Cyprus. Does it support foreign business? I mean, this is one question that I would request others also take up before the political side is taken up by you, sir.
Yes, as you already know that Cyprus, since 1974, there was no serious incident, or there was nothing that affect the peace that we have in the island the last decades. And not only this, because of this role, Cyprus is always the peace state in the area, that all the efforts for peace, all the effort that, because Cyprus is a country that is connected with all the people that is in the area, with the Jews, with the Arabs, and everyone. Cyprus always plays the role of the people that bringing people together, because it's a trust country. It's a country that is not in war. It's not a country that people worry about. Cyprus. So all the peace initiatives in the area are coming from our country. And so you can see that since 1974 there was not serious incidents, or and also as a European country, there is the guarantee of the European Union that in 2023, in no one country of the European Union there was a serious incident, or there was something that was there were possibilities for a war or something bad for a European country. And also, as I have mentioned before, the law system, we have a very good law system, a very good economic system that people can be sure that if there is a problem, there is a way to find the solution. Or our judge system, our court system is so independent, it's so well organized that you don't have nothing to worry. But because there is a law that will protect you if you have right. If you don't have right, the law system will say you don't have right because of this, not because someone was against you. So we have one of the best court system. We have a very good, steady economic situation. We are under the European law, so there are a lot of pillars that you can count on it in order if you decide to come in Cyprus to invest.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I request you to unshare the presentation, please. We'll proceed ahead.
Of course. Just to
kindly unshare. Thank you so much. So
I would like also to interrupt and thank the mayor for attending this. On behalf of Judicon, I would like to say a special thanks to the mayor for addressing this webinar. Many thanks, and for sure in future, whenever it's possible and we have interest from the participants in India, of course he will be available, I'm sure, to host and to continue the discussion.
Really, I will like to invite you to Larnaca to come and see with your eyes our city, and I'm very happy to host you and have a dinner or a lunch in Larnaca. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your benign presence. Thank you. Thank you. Well, continuing ahead with the webinar, I request Dr. Vibhor Mishra to take over and talk briefly about things from where he left.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Athar. And I understand that many of my Indian fellow entrepreneurs have not got all details, because this webinar is a short frame, with the help of which you can satisfy your questions. But yes, we are always there to help you out. India 3EA and Cyprus 3EA is there to help you out. So whenever you have any questions or any concern, you can ask us through business@3ea.in. Now further, I would like to address a couple of questions. People have been asking about that whether there is scope of healthcare business, or which kind of services can be created, can be delivered over there. So let me share with you again that Cyprus is a land of opportunities, where there are about 8.5 lakhs people waiting for you to go and satisfy their needs. So the most upcoming and growing sectors are food and beverages, healthcare, infrastructure, education, and tourism. In fact, IT enabled services is also something which is growing by leaps and bounds there in Cyprus. We have here team which can guide you that how can you go for your company incorporation, how can you go for setting up yourself personally and professionally over there in a very congenial manner. And what can we plan is that if there is enough number of applications, then we can even plan your visit to Cyprus, and we can conduct a seminar and one-to-one interaction there with the authorities there. For that purpose, you'll have to write to 3EA. If we will be having enough applications, then we can plan delegate visit. And some entrepreneurs who have joined here and are seriously interested, we can take them there and we can handhold them right from their feasibility report to detail comprehensive business plan, assuring their break-even point for next 3 years, and with all abilities of 3A Cyprus and 3A India, we can make sure that you are growing in Cyprus. Thank you so much. Over to you, Dr. Athar, back.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. I would also like to draw the attention of the entire team from Cyprus towards a message put in, especially by Mr. Rahul. I wonder if he's still around, who says he wants to connect with the importers from Cyprus. A lot of people, Mr. Jay Sital is there. I lead out a few names. Mr. Muhammad Arif is there. Mr. Preetham Lobo is there. Have expressed their interest indirectly by asking about various sectors. A lot of these have been addressed by Dr. Vibhu Mishra when he says that these are the upcoming sectors. But some, for example, Areca palm leaf plates and healthcare might not have found mention directly, but the team from Cyprus might like to take a note of these queries. Dr. Vibhor Mishra has also given you an ID from where you can connect. I only have one thing to say in conclusion, that somewhere or the other, I sense from the queries especially that we plan to go international. However, earlier, very early in the webinar, we had a question that pointed about going global. There's a difference, actually. I wonder whether we are clear on this or not, because international might mean setting up a mere subsidiary and export unit, while truly global means you go and operate your business full-fledged from there. I wonder how many of the among the audience are thinking about those latter terms, because as a team from Cyprus and the Honorable made out a case, especially for the city of Larnaca, we can see it's a lucrative decision, which is the next best thing to be. Initially, as I said, a virgin territory, relatively unexplored, and waiting for people from outside to come. The mayor also pointed out in between lines about local sensitivities as compared to global ones. Cyprus lies at the juncture of West Asia and European Union. So I think somewhere or the other, those of us interested maybe in spices business or all that, may be actually interested in the geographical location and consider it from the HR perspective, investment perspective, more than that. Ditto for employee relations, because most European Union rules, the mayor pointed out, they comply with in Cyprus as far as labor laws are concerned. But some of these might more be related to what we have here in India. For example, in minimum wages terms. A country which is less than 1 million in population cannot be expected to have very stringent labor laws. This is basic common business sense. So somewhere or the other, the centricity between employer and employee, this question goes for a toss, because the government will have no dilemma in between in such a small population, in a country that is rich in natural resources and deficient in manpower. So that is what the mayor was also pointing out. And last thing that I want to actually say is, such things don't occur by chance, they occur by planning. And so with this particular webinar, we have set the note for planning. We are leaving nothing to chance. It's not by chance that you are passing through, transiting through Nicosia, through Larnaca International Airport, and you see a billboard there and you say, oh, it's a place to be. It's not that simply on a vacation, you are on a cruise and the cruise docks at Larnaca port and you say, oh, wow, a beautiful place, let's settle down there. So we leave nothing to chance, it's by planning, and that is why we have people from all, particularly all aspects of business that were there from the Cyprus team. So before I formally conclude, I would like Mr. Mikhail, Mr. Loizu and Ms. Sori to take up 1, 2, 3 or any of the questions they might like to take up so that we can bring this to a proper end. Over to you, Team Cyprus. Anybody who's willing to say anything. And then before we wind up.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mahmoud. And of course, I agree, and we agree with everything you said. And we will expect to hear any interest of interested people there for doing business with Cyprus. I would like to clarify that the setting up of the business in Cyprus may be done directly with the structuring the business within Cyprus, or they can do the structuring with our assistance, with the services we provide that I have explained previously in my presentation. The UPOs and the owners will not necessarily have to be in Cyprus for carrying to opening a bank, a company in Cyprus, and for administering the company in Cyprus. We can do it for them through a special arrangement, the agreements, whatever, which we can go in detail if necessary to explain how this will proceed. Okay, case-by-case questions. I saw some interest in specific areas. I would like to say generally that all the activities, all the business are welcome in Cyprus. And Cyprus can be used either for trading, it can be used either for trading within Cyprus or using Cyprus as for trading in a triangle trade. I mean, the goods may not be necessary to be in Cyprus, but they use Cyprus for trading with another country. All these are possible. And of course, as I say, we can return specifically on a case-by-case basis to participants who are very interested. Again, thank you very much for arranging this, and hope that we continue the cooperation and discussion.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I thank the audience for their benign presence. I would also like to put on humble record the efforts put in by a team operating at the back end, led by Mr. Pranav Bhaskar, who's here, Ms. Rishti Kalani, and Mr. Sijan Sagar, who also happens to be somewhere in the webinar, although I cannot see him. The screen space is limited. I thank Cyprus team for backing this up with proper inputs, for roping in the great personality as the bearer of Lanaka. And above all, I would thank our CEO, Dr. Vibhor Mishra from 3EA, who has actually made this possible. Thank you, everyone, collectively and individually. And last but not the least, let us actually think seriously about the proposal of Mr. Rahul, who's actually looking for importers and exporters from 3EA. He has given us a pointer. Thank you, Mr. Rahul, wherever you are. I may or may not see you, but thank you. The message may be delivered to you in absentia. So thank you very much and have a nice time ahead, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.